Hello, everybody. This is Brad Bowlingball of Apostle Games coming to you live from muggy North Carolina of the United States of America. With this weekend being Father's Day, we've been hard at work on some new features on Age of Tribulation. So come on in and let's check it out. All right, guys, so here we are with devlog number 18 in the month of June 2025, and we're going to be talking about enemies and loot this month. But before we get started, I just want to give a shout out to all of you fathers on Father's Day. Here in the United States, it is Father's Day weekend, and I just happen to be a father, so I guess that's me included. But there is a father that I want to talk about. In particular, he's an Italian dad named Marcello, and I'm not sure how to pronounce his last name, Kakashi. In fact, I might have messed up his first name, but he's the CEO of Turn-Based Lovers, which is an online blog, I guess magazine. They have they're on Twitter, YouTube, Discord, and he wrote about us last month and brought a lot of exposure to Age of Tribulation. And so I just want to thank him for that. I mean, that is huge. We got a bunch of Wishlist and community members and people on Discord. I mean, everything was just blowing up. And so a huge shout out to him and just a big thank you for that. If you haven't checked out their website and their YouTube channel and Discord and all that stuff, I highly encourage that you jump on and do that. In fact, he wrote a top 15 indie games to keep an eye on article, I think it was yesterday, and stuck us in the top 15. I mean, I'm so humbled that he would be, and just people are interested in AOT. I just think that is so cool, and I'm so grateful for you guys. So thank you. All right, guys, so here we are in the Hyrinthia world map in the northwest quadrant, and we have two characters with us. It is 3:00 p.m. in the afternoon with a sunny day. Let's go ahead and introduce our characters here. We have Agatha, which is my character. She is a level 2 laborer. And then we also have her mercenary, Thurstan, who is a level 1 hedge knight. Now, because I'm level 2, I got to choose a blessing, and the blessing I went with is level 1 vigor, which gives me an extra 5% increase to my life points on top of those gained from items and apparel. And I will keep that for the rest of the game, for the rest of my life, because that's what passives do. That's what blessings do. Let's see here. So we're going to go over here and look at what we're wearing. I've got 24 life points, which is good. I normally would have had 23, but that 5% bonus. I am wielding let's see here, a light hammer. And I have the Serf's tunic on. I am also sporting this nice reinforced plank shield. I've got my little Serf's pattens on my feet so I don't get blisters when I walk around. And then I also have my Serf's trousers. And Thurstan over here has less than me because he's level 1 and he's not as cool as I am. But he's sporting a hand club because that's just what he does. And then we also have a Serf's tunic on Thurstan. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into King's Forest up here. And I just kind of want to show you guys all the new enemies and the new loot tables and all of that stuff. I mean, this forest is just full of enemies, full of baddies, full of treasure and loot. And this is kind of the meat and potatoes of really any RPG game, but especially in Age of Tribulation. So this is really important stuff. Okay, so first, before we start wandering around and start getting attacked, what I have here is every enemy is now on I guess a route. They do like a little pattern where they go back and forth, and they patrol looking for any enemies, which of course are going to be us in our party. They walk around. Now each enemy has a different I guess visual range at which they spot you. Like bandits, I think it's within 4 tiles of a bandit, they will spot you. And whenever an enemy does spot you, they're going to make some sort of audio indicator, and then they're going to start chasing you. Now, every enemy does this, but like wolves because of their vision and because they're animals, they have a lot higher awareness. Wolves can spot you, I think, up to 6 tiles away before they start chasing you. And then when they do chase you, they actually start running. So they increase their move speed, and they're kind of hard to get away from. Rats, which is the 3rd enemy type, which will be in the demo, I believe have a 4 visual range as well. Now, times of day. This is really, really important to understand that when you go into a combat instance during the daytime, enemies are going to be the weakest. They're going to be usually around level 1 and 2. Or I guess the weakest variant. Also the numbers, you're only going to encounter maybe 1 or 2 enemies at a time. When you go into a combat instance in the morning or the evening time, that's going to be kind of like a tier 2, where the enemies are going to be between probably levels 2 and 4. And there could be up to usually like around 2 of them, maybe 3 of them, 3 weak enemies, or maybe 2, kind of mid-ranged enemies. And then when you go into a combat instance at night, you're going to have the most powerful of those particular enemy types. So you're going to have a lot of level 4s and 5s. You're going to have anywhere from 2 to 3 enemies at a time. But here's the thing. Loot also works the exact same way as enemies. They also scale according to the time of day. So the harder the enemies are, the more loot that you can possibly get from killing those enemies, but also the actual loot containers. And there's 4 different kinds of loot containers, and each loot container has a different loot table. Now, these maps are not procedurally generated like a lot of RPGs are, but the enemies are random. And the loot and what you get and the amount of experience is also random. So, you're not going to be able to memorize which enemies give what kind of drops and all that stuff, because they are random. Of course, you're not going to get silly stuff like gold from a rat, because why in the world would a rat be carrying gold, or a wolf be carrying, a pair of boots or something like that? The loot drops that you get are going to be appropriate for whatever enemy that you're attacking. So you can get like wolf hides from a wolf, because that kind of makes sense. Or you'll get like jewelry from a bandit, because bandits steal things from people. So it kind of, the loot that you get is appropriate to the enemy. All right, so we're going to start walking forward here. And the enemy patrols are all random. They start and stop at different times. You got this side path right here that you can see this giant rat right here, and you got this wolf right here. Oh, each enemy has its own radius in which that it sees your character. Once it spots your character, it's going to start chasing you until you leave the map. So like in this case, this wolf, I'm able to... Oh. Oops. Got a little too close to him, and now he's running. See how fast he is? It's kind of pointless to try to outrun a wolf. That's not going to happen. Oh! Okay, so this is a gray wolf. Level 1. His finesse is 55. My finesse is 35, and Thurstan's finesse is 41. So the gray wolf is the fastest of the 3 of us. So he gets to go first. And then Thurstan, and then Agatha. So he tried to bite Agatha, but Agatha's awesome and dodged it. So now Thurstan's going to pull out his club. Oh, but the gray wolf dodged it, and now Agatha's going to bring out her hammer. Yes! I think while that gray wolf was distracted by Thurstan, she hit him in the head. But then the gray wolf got angry about that and bit Agatha, probably on the leg, because gray wolves like to bite legs. Ooh, that had to hurt. Ouch. Okay. Let's see here. Let's try to end this right now. Yes! So we vanquished this gray wolf. We got 10 experience. Now, as I was saying, about the loot that comes from enemies. The loot is going to be appropriate to the enemy, so you're never going to see animals dropping gold. But they do drop pelts and things like that. Now, rats, rats on the other hand are loot guardians. They like to hoard loot, so you'll often find them protecting loot containers. And in this case, this encounter was 2 giant rats, both level 2. And one of them attacked Thurstan and hurt him. So let's attack this one back. Ooh! Giant rat. Oh yeah, but she smacked him in the face. And they're attacking us real well. Now, there are plague rats in this game, which now give you a disease called rat bite fever that does not go away. You have to use a medicated bandage. If you open the status atlas here, which has a bunch of new status bonuses and a couple new status penalties, we'll be talking about that next month. We'll be talking about the 6 new subclasses. We'll be talking about that in July, but the new status penalties, as you can see, rat bite fever can come from a plague rat that doesn't go away after combat is over. And another thing too that I added, each status penalty, when it's applied to a character, both heroes and enemies, have a sound effect now, which draws your attention to them, which is really cool. So let's do another hammer's blow. Nope, missed. Yeah, look at her. She dodged that stinky giant rat. Oh yeah, he's hurt. But he dodged. Woof. Ouch. Fortunately, rats do not do a lot of damage, and they have a low amount of life points. They're really good to farm on if you're looking for experience without putting your character at risk of dying. It's hard to die by a rat, and you can generally outrun them because they have a relatively low finesse rate. So rats kind of are entry-level, low-level characters that you can farm and kill lots of them, get rat pelts, get money, experience, and kind of get a little bit stronger for those wolves and those bandits that you will inevitably face one day. We're a little bit hurt, so I don't know why I just minimized the screen. Let's see here. Let's use a common bandage on Agatha and Thurstan. Here we go. Let's do another one for Agatha for this very last encounter. So there's... Wait a minute. Did I even get the loot box? I fought the creature but forgot the loot box. Let's go back up there and get it. So loot containers sparkle until you retrieve them and get the contents of them. See this barrel? It's sparkling. It looks real pretty. When you go up and you activate it, you can hear it. Your character kicks it open, and inside we got 6 copper coins, an apple, and a rat pelt, which is appropriate. Now we just grabbed it. Now the sparkles are gone, and it's hard to see, probably on YouTube, but the barrel is now destroyed. So not only did the sparkles disappear, but the loot container itself becomes destroyed, which I thought was a nice little feature, a little bit of flavor in Age of Tribulation. Now there's 4 different containers. You have the wooden barrels, wooden boxes, like this one right here, that are loot tier 1 loot containers. The vases, which there's one up here, is a tier 2, and then treasure chests are tier 3. And you get more valuable items the higher of the tier you go. Ah, this rat's trying to get... Okay, he got me. What do we got? Oh, 2 more level 2 giant rats. But they're so slow and fat that they missed. Yes! Kill. We are professional exterminators, and we handle rats on a daily basis. Well, maybe not Thurstan. Okay, they're making me out to be a liar here. Oh gosh. Okay, now we're getting busted up by these rat teeth. Man, these are like ninja rats. Here we go. That one was like Splinter from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Remember, he was a giant rat? Was his name Splinter? No. That was the end boss, I think. Yeah, that's... I'm so confused. But they're dead now. And we're going to get this loot container. This last one here. Let's break it open. Rawr! Yes. 5 copper. Some delicious chocolate chip cookies. Or if you're from Britain, I think they're called biscuits. And then some more bandages, which are nice to get. So we got those, and we opened this up. And you know what? I think it's time to celebrate these victories with an apple. Yum, yum. And a cookie. I don't think I would actually trust cookies that have been sitting in a in a box in a forest somewhere. I wouldn't do that. All right, guys, so that's it for devlog number 18. Where's me gold? Here in the month of June 2025. If you are excited about Age of Tribulation and would like to support our project, just find us on Steam and Wishlist, as that gives us extra attention and visibility. And we would love for you to subscribe to us on our YouTube channel. And lastly, if you want to have conversations with us, join us on Discord. All of these links are in the description below. And we hope that you guys have an awesome rest of June. Cannot wait to talk about the 6 subclasses in the month of July next month. And all right, well, you guys take care and have a happy Father's Day. God bless. Brad out.